I've got another box of coins here from eBay. Now I've hidden the addresses, but that is how it turned up. Even the UPS driver said, "Oh, I can nearly get my hands in there." I laughed. That's terrible packaging, isn't it? I paid £45 for this.
How much?
Yeah, I know. I just kept saying, one more bid, one more bid, one more bid. Let's get into it. It's not going to be that difficult, is it? I won't say the name of the seller, but this is one of the pictures. Bit blurry there. There's another one. Can't really tell what that is at all. One of the negative feedbacks for this seller was how bad their packaging was. I certainly haven't learnt much. Right. Oh, it's not too bad inside. A lot of Disney characters there. Right, let's see what I've got then. Don't know what to start with. Maybe the one with no bubble wrap on it. Let's try that. Right, I've got the others out of the way for now. Let's get some scissors on this. No package inside. The internal packaging's not too bad. It's quite good, in fact. It's defeating me. Right, there we go. Can I read that? Can't read what that says, can you? Get that way up. Be that way, wouldn't it? No, can't read that. Right, let's put it down there. And open it. Right. We can see what the tin is now. Mildest matured Virginia tobacco. Anybody collect old tins? How old would this be? As for the coins, doesn't look anything massively interesting. It's like standard 3 decimals and a few world coins, but we'll have a look through them anyway. Let's start with that handful. Right, a 1967 halfpenny. Queen Elizabeth II. There's George V. 1925. That's not bad condition for a 1925 halfpenny. They're usually in worse condition than that. 62 halfpenny. There's George VI. 1952. 1952. There's another George V. Now that is nice for 1924. Very nice. Right, I'm going to check my Whitman album. This is my Whitman folder for halfpennies, 1902 to 1936. I don't think I've updated this for a long time. These are only coins that I find in hunts going here. So let's have a look. Where are we? There we go. 1925 and 1924. Well, both of the ones I've just found are better than that. So let's replace that 1925 with that one. And the 1924. Look at that, much better. Oh, I'm liking this already. Let's carry on. A 1948 florin, or 2 shillings. That's one of my favourite coin designs, that, by artist George Kruger Gray. So that'll be King George VI. Very common coin though, that one. There's another halfpenny, another 1924. That's definitely not as good. Elizabeth there, 1959. What halfpennies here? No, 1920, not good. 1917. It's about the condition you'd expect to find them in. Circulated. That's a penny. 1966. There's another 67 halfpenny. It's not bad. That might even be an upgrade. I'll check that later. 1910. That's Edward VII. Nice little selection. 1965. There's George. 1949. It's not too bad. I wonder if that's better. This one here Halfpennies, 1937 onwards. So let's check that. The 1949 is, yeah, it's really nice condition. So that is definitely not an upgrade. As I say, just from Hunts, this one. And all I need is a 1953. Which is strange because nearly 9 million were minted. Oh, I haven't got that one. Where were we? There's that 1949. 1919. 1943. There's a penny. 1921. King George V. Oh, that's really worn, that one. 1917. What we got here? 45. 64. 1960. Oh, a shilling. Scottish shilling from 1966. That's the last year they minted the shillings, 1966. Right, let's get some more. Right, that'll do. Oh, it's quite a big handful there. Drop that one. There we go. Okay, we start with a threepenny bit, very shiny, very nice condition from 1966. There's another halfpenny, 65, 67, 45, 65. There's a farthing, isn't it? Yep, 1939 farthing. A little bit grubby though, that one. Yeah, it's a little bit dirty around there, isn't it? Oh yeah, and there. Okay, right. Where is it? Over there. Grab that. And that can be the first coin of the refill of the dirty mug. 1952, a threepenny bit. Please click that like button if you're watching this video. That really helps me out. And if you haven't subscribed, just hit the subscribe button. Absolutely free. I love it when I get new subscribers. All right, 1952, threepenny bits. Well, there's a shiny one. So 1967, but that looks virtually uncirculated. Very nice condition. Put that to one side and check my sixpences. Oh, what's that? Let me see what that is. Not sure what that is. It says Victoria up there. It does look like a portrait of Victoria. Anybody got any ideas? Very worn. I can't really see much on that side at all. What do you think that could be? Right, we've got a half crown. Again, 1948. Pretty common, that one, though. No silver involved in that. Cooper nickel. First world coin. German. 2 Deutschmarks. 1947. Bit of a mixture. 64. Right, what we got here? 1919. Oh, it's badly worn. So is this one. 1896. That's Victoria. Bit squashed though, that one. Hey, there's another halfpenny in 1923. Bit worn on the 3 there, isn't it? I don't think I'll even look to see whether that's an upgrade. Shiny one. It's got to be 67. Yeah, 67. There's George, 1933. Get rid of the half. Is it a penny? A 1933 penny. Be very nice, that would. Right, I'm going to check that one. There's the 1933 in the Whitman album. There's the one I've just found. There's not a great deal in it, is there really? Might be a little bit more detail on Britannia's face. I think there is, yeah. So let's check the other side. There's the obverse. That was the one in the book. So I'm going to replace it with this one. Yep, slight upgrade. Not a lot, but a little bit. Get it in straight as people moan at me. There we go, that's straight enough. I need a 1931 with over 16 million minted. Shouldn't be hard to find. And let's carry on. 1958. That's a good year. That's not the best though, is it? What's this one? Elizabeth, 1957. On the 1957, we need to look for a calm sea. Now I can tell that this is a rough sea, so this is the more common one. Where's that 1949? There it is, and you can see the sea is more calmer. The waves are not as ripply as they are in the one beneath, the 1957. So if you find a 1957 with the calm sea like that, it's a little bit harder to find, a little bit rarer. Not much, but a bit. Okay, there's another half crown. Elizabeth this time. 1966. Quite common though, that. 1936 penny. George V. Again, very common. Oh, there's a dirty halfpenny. What's that, 1952? Yeah, 1952. Oh, it's quite nice on that side, but I don't know what that is. Just going in. The dirty mug. Alright, 62 and a 1937. That was the first year of the Golden Hind, the ship on the halfpenny. First year of George VI's coinage to come out in 1937. He became king in 1936, but his coinage wasn't released until 1937. And there he is. Let's get some more. Okay, plenty I think there. Otherwise I'll be dropping them. Right, there's another halfpenny from 1931. 1931, I nearly missed it, just talking about it. Can go in there. There's another George, 1950 this time. There's a sixpence from 66. Quite a nice little design that. The rose at the top of England. Got the leek for Wales, a thistle for Scotland, and the shamrock there for Northern Ireland. Alright, threepenny bit, 1937. So again, that will be George VI, first year. 1940. George VI, that's the thrift plant on there. Alright, 62. Put it in there. Not very nice, was it? There's George V. 1930. I'm going to have a quick check for that. Actually, I won't, because there's a slight dent in there. Oh, you can see it. You can just about see it sticking up there. A little dent in there, so I'm not going to check to see if that's an upgrade. 67. There's Edward VI. 1907. That's not very nice. There's a sixpence from George VI. 1948. What we got here? 67. 1950. 54. I wish I could find a penny with 1954. Worth a fortune. Only one's known to exist. 1951. 1928 penny. And there's something that's completely worn. On one side, look at that. Elizabeth II. And it's been worn down. Probably been worn down to play shove halfpenny. So it slides along the boards easier. Probably been done deliberately, that. It's unlikely to be minted like that. Very unlikely. Right, 62. No, it's not bad looking 62. A bit toned on that side though. George VI, 37 and a 1940. Let's tip the rest out. There we go. Nice little box there. Keep that. Oh, probably more than I thought. Mostly halfpennies again. See, I didn't know that in the pictures. I couldn't really tell what they were. 1942, threepenny bit to start with. Threepence. However you pronounced it. 1963. There's a sixpence. What we got there? 1953 this time. There is a 1957. It's not a calm sea, as you can see. Very ripply tides on there, waves. So that's a common type. 66. Well, there's a threepenny bit. That's a later one. 66 again. 44. 66. There's George. What's this one? 1929. Quite quite a bit of detail there for 1929. I think I need to check that one. There's the 1929 in the album, and to compare it with that, it's a little bit better, isn't it? Yep, definitely. And the obverse, yeah, it's a lot better. So that's a swapper. I never expected to be upgrading my halfpennies, but that's nice. Another one. That's 3 upgrades. Or was it 4? I can't remember now. Let's find some more. Definitely not that one. 1921. 66. There's George VI. 1952. There's another sixpence. It's another 66 though. Slightly better than the last 66 I just found. Alright, we got 59, 58, 57? Oh, 65. Oh, look at that. Something's been gnawing on that. 1917. It's got to be a 67, and it is. 64. What's that? It's Victoria. Terrible condition, that's a shame. 1900. Could be 1899. We got here 65, 67, 1960, 1912, 67, another 67, 16, 57, 1949 again. Got another. Oh no, it's 1939, 67, and the last one out of the first tin is a 1917. I will just check to see what the quality of my 1917 is. There's the one in the Whitman album. That. Much better. Yet another one. Look at that. So I'll take that out of there. Just have a quick look at the obverse before I put it in. Yep, that's better. So that's another 1917 upgrade. Very nice. That's that one then. Nothing else in there, is there? No. Let's put that back there. The box with all the Disney characters. Hello, Mickey. Let's go to this one next, shall we? Coins are very loose in that one. Right. Another jiffy bag. Cut it there, I think. Okay, what we've got here then. Stuck in the box. Right. Is that a sixpence in the corner there? I'll find out in a minute. Okay, let's cut that there. End off. Hopefully it'll come out now. Alright, there's no lid on this. What we've got here then, we've got half crowns and pennies. Right, let's have a closer look. Right, clear everything out the way. Put that down there. Zoom in a bit, see what we've got. It looks like a lot of modern pennies, or modern pre-decimals anyway. So I'll get the pennies out first as they look. Oh, that's a shiny one. Oh, maybe. A couple there. Any more? Oh, there's one there. A penny, yep. Right, let's have a look at them first. There's another one there. Right, see what we got here. Okay, that's a nice condition, a 1963 to start with. 62. Another nice 63. Nice condition, but there's no way there's going to be 45 quid's worth of coins in this lot, I don't think. 62. But you got to take the risks. 63 there. Oh, look at that. That's a George. George the 6. Nice hair. You can see his hair. It's not worn. 47. What's that on my finger? Yeah, 1947, but yeah, it's got some luster on it, but I don't like the effect of that. Doesn't look very nice, does it? Even though it's in nice condition. That is in nice condition though, 1948. Bit of toning on there, that's nice. There's Elizabeth. There's 62. Another 62. They haven't done much circulating, have they, this lot? 63, that's a nice one. 62. 62. And 63. There's two here. Other 62. Two 62s. And why is that one in there? Let's open that. Let's put these down. That's a nice 1947. Nice condition. Oh yeah, that's a good one. There's a nice looking shilling. That looks very nice condition. Let's have a look. Oh, it's a 66 though, but that's an English 66, so the 3 lines. Virtually no circulating there. I'll put that 1947 back in there for now. Right, let's grab a handful of these. Okay, let's have a look. A 1962 half crown. Not a lot of circulating done with that one either. What's that? Oh, look at that. 1967 florin. Well, that is virtually uncirculated as well. Alright, 5 francs. 1945. It's different. Aluminium though. The half crown there, 1962. Well, they're in good condition. I know they're quite modern and don't have a lot of value to them. I know that. Nice. Look at that. It's not done any circulating, has it? Virtually none. There's another lovely 63 penny. 2 francs, 1945. Strange mixture. There's a 6pence. What we got here? 62. Halfpenny. 64. Again, lovely condition. Just checking the 64 in the album, but it is very nice. I won't swap that one. Right, another lovely 62. Another 62. Another half crown here. Again, 62. Right, 1 franc, 1948. There's another half crown. 56 this time. Look at that, another 1962. I wonder if this person who used to own these was born in 1962 and collected all those. Another half crown. And it's a 62. Let's get the rest of these out then. Let's put the ones in the pouches out of the way. Look at them last. Right. Quite a lot left. More than I thought. And I'm dropping them. Bear with me. Right. Okay, we start off with, what is that? It's a 1 franc, 1922. Oh, and it's Belgium. Belgium, 1 franc. There's another shiny 6pence, another 67. That is virtually uncirculated as well, isn't it? Okay, 66. I know people say, oh, you wasted your money there, £45 for that, but it just takes that one coin, doesn't it? You never know what you're going to find. I love it. 1962. 62 obsession, this collector. 62 again. In such good condition, it makes you think probably 1962 was the last time some of them were collected. That's why they're in such nice condition. Look at that. 62? Yeah, look at that. England at 62. Oh, some later than 62, I know, but it's incredible the amount of 62s. There's another one, sixpence. Another one. Oops, he dropped that one. There's another one. Oh, a threepenny bit. Oh, 67. Again, virtually uncirculated. 62. There's a halfpenny. Oh, 1948. I need to check my book again. Yep, there's the 48 in the book. This one is definitely better. So let's get that out of there if we can. And put that back in there. Let's have a look at the other side first. Yeah, very nice, isn't it? Oh, another upgrade for an halfpenny. Keep your hand on your halfpenny. Right, there's George the 6th. 1948. It's not very nice, is it? What's gone wrong at the bottom there? Another penny. And it's a 62. 62. 62. Let me know in the comments why you think there's so many 62s. There's a 48 again. Not quite as nice as one I just found. Still nice condition though. Guess what? 62. And another 62. Half crown. Is it going to be a 62? Yep. 62. Scottish 62 this time. Let me show you the difference if you don't know. These shillings were minted between 1953 and 1966. There's the 3 lions to represent England there, and the standing lion to represent Scotland. But they were all minted at the Royal Mint in London. Alright, just one sixpence left in that handful. I wonder what year it is. Oh, 1962. There's 3 in these coin pouches. Well, that looks like an uncirculated 1967 half crown. It's virtually uncirculated anyway. I'll leave it in the pouch. Threepenny bit, 3 pence. From 1937, that's nice. What's this one? 1952. It's taken that 1937 out. Look at that. It's lovely, isn't it? Lovely condition. This is my 3 pence, threepence, whatever you want to call it, Whitman album. Now these again, they're all found from coin hunts. I very rarely buy individual coins, all found from hunts. I've found every one, but the 52 is definitely an upgrade. Definitely an upgrade there. Right, see if we can get this one out. Very tight, some of these albums. Oh, that one pushed out okay. Pushes out from the back. There we go. Look at that. That's a lovely upgrade. The 1937, it's not in bad condition at all, that one, but this one is even better. So get that out. And put that one in there. Oh, get it straight. There you go. I've got a half crown Whitman album, 1941 to date. Now this is not just for coins that I find in hunts. I don't find enough half crowns to do that, but I've had this one for years. 1941 to 1967. It is full, but the 1967 I will replace that one because that is lovely condition. I've got the 1971 there. Don't know what that's in there for. It didn't go into circulation. Not a circulating coin, so it don't really interest me very much. It looks like this Whitman folder was printed in 1967, so that's why there's no mintage figure on the 1967, but I can tell you it was just over 33 million. So we'll take that one out of there, and we'll put this lovely one I found today in there. Okay, let's move that out of the way and bring back the box with the Disney characters on it. Hello, Minnie. Right, I wonder what's in this. We'll find out after the break. We'll cut that off the end. There we go. Is that going to come out of there now? Should do. Oh my god. There seems to be a few sixpences there. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's just get a handful of those. They're all in these little pockets, so I think I'll leave them in there. 1948. Is it a 48? It is pretty good condition. More sixpences there. Little modern ones, 65. 65, are they all 65? Let's see that one. Yep, put them down there. Oh, there's a penny. 1922, right, we need to check that. Can't really see through there, let me take it out. Definitely 1922, isn't it? Yep. So that'll be George V. Right, we need to look at the trident. We need to see if the middle prong of the trident is touching one of those beads. It's hard to see. Let's see if I can give that a bit of a rub. Yeah, it's touching one of the beads around the side there, one of the teeth. So that's a common one. If that middle prong of the trident wasn't touching the bead and there was a clear gap, it would be a Freeman's type C, a reverse C, and it'd be worth quite a bit of money. It would be worth a few £1000s, but that is not one. And there's what you're looking for. There's a clear gap between the middle prong of the trident and the bead, or the tooth around the edge. And the last one that I know went up for auction in June 2021 and sold for £3,900. Worth looking out for. Alright, let's go 1929. Oh, there's two in there. Well, I've taken them out. One is 1929 and one is 1936, but not very nice condition. Alright, 1934, 1913, yeah, 1911, let's check, there's a Gobi X. The Gobi X, or the hollow neck penny, 1911, would have a hollow just there, the back of the king's head, going down to his neck down there. But no, sadly, that is not one, that is just a common, worn 1911 penny. I thought I'd have a closer look at this 1934. But look at it, it's not in bad condition at all there. It's got a lot of detail on it. Ah, it's not bad. Let me just check my penny album and see what the one in there is like. Again, coins just from hunts go in these albums. So let's have a look at the 1934. Right, there's the one in the folder. There's the one I just found. And it's definitely better. Definitely more detail. So let's take that out. And put that. Oh yeah, look at that. Put that in. Another upgrade. Let's carry on. A little pack of sixpences. All Elizabeth though. So about 8 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 8. Right, 1914 penny. What's this? 1902, is it going to be a low tide? Oh, if I can get it out of there, come on. Just got it. Not a low tide. No. Oh, is it? Actually, I can get the light. Yes, it is a low tide, isn't it? Look, just below where Britannia's legs cross. That is a low tide 1902. Yep, definitely. They are harder to find than the normal ones. They're not exceptionally rare, but it's nice to find one. I bet the people didn't know that, whoever collected it. So I shall put that to one side over there. Yeah, that looks a bit mucky. It's another Edward. Get that out. Oh, it's actually not too bad, is it? I think I'm going to have to go back and check all these ones because it's just the dirty pockets. And this is another 1902. Oh, look at that. And that is a high tide. There we are. There they are together. That's the high tide and the low tide. A lot more sea there. Oh, that's good. I'm happy with that. Two 1902s next to each other. They must have known about the high and low tide. Now, they're not that valuable in that condition. £3 or £4. Oh, nice little find. Okay, Whitman folder. Pennies, 1902 to 1929. I've just checked that 1902. And that's in terrible condition, the one in there. I've bound to have found better ones than that in my hunts, but I've just never got around to changing it. But look at the difference there. That's fantastic. Right, we'll change that. Let's have another look at Edward again. There he is. I'll put that in there. Lovely. Right, carrying on. A couple of 1955 sixpences there. Ah, look at that. Churchill crown. Worth about 25 pence when it was minted. 5 shillings. Worth about that now. They don't go up in price at all. Right, what we got here? Does it say there? 1918. Has that got a mint mark on it? Let's get it out and have a look. Doesn't look like it, does it? No. Just a normal London Mint 1918. Right, one more. What's this? 1943. It's definitely not a 1943, not with George V on it. 1916. How can you mix that up with 1943? 1916. Has it got a recessed ear? Nah, just a common, a 1916. Is there going to be £45 worth of coins here? Probably not. But I'm pleased with it anyway.
You're easily pleased.
You're easily pleased, she said. That one's empty. More sixpences. We got a date on that. 54. 53. 1951. That'll be George VI. What's this? 47. George. 1915 penny. Need to check, see if that's a recessed ear. It's got a bit of markings on there. 1915. Bit of cruddy stuff. It's not a recessed ear. Is that dirty enough to go in the dirty mug? Yeah, let's put it in. 1927. That looks like... Oh, is that another 22? Oh, it's 28. Is it 28? Yep, it's a 28. What's that? 1956. That'd be worth a fortune if that's 1956 penny, because I didn't make any. It's got George V on it, so it's going to be 17, is that? Yeah, 1917. It's not the best, so is it? Oh, it's got 1956 on there. Right, sixpence again. 1949 this time. George VI. Couple more. Got a lot of sixpences, aren't there? More 56 ones. 1950. Are they both 1950? Yep. Right, another penny. Says it's a 1919. Let's get it out. Because we look for mint marks on the 1919. H or KN. Oh, I thought there was something there for a minute. What that is. Let's give it a rub. No, just a bit of dirt. Resume. 1935. I keep wanting to get them out. Have a look now. Nah, just average condition really for 1935. 1920. I always look for the ultra rare 1920. It's 1920, isn't it? Yeah. Look at the gap between the Gra and Brit, and you'll see it's a very small gap there. The colon's almost touching the A and the B, so that is a common one, sadly. Alright, 1930. Yeah, I'm not going to get that one out though. What's this? That's 64, that one. Does it say on there 31? Is it a 31? Oh, look at that split anyway. I'll take it out there. Yeah, it is a 1931. Again, average condition, what you'd expect for a 1931. That's a... Let's take it out. It's a 1905. Edward the 7th. No. Again, average condition. And I got one more, some 1961 sixpences. Let's grab the rest. Looks like there's more sixpences there. Oh, some more crowns there. Right. 1963. Why the question mark? Why is there a question mark on there? definitely 1963. Yep. Some more sixpences, 64. So all the 62s are in the other pouch, on the other tray bit. 1957 there. There's only a date run of them. 67, 59, and a penny. 1949. It's not bad for 1949. Certainly a lot of detail on there. Not done much circulating. It's one of the lower minted ones of 1949 of the pennies. But not really worth much more than 50 pence in that condition. More sixpences, 58. Oh, what's this? That's another Czechoslovakian coin. Another 1922. Oh, we found one of those before, didn't we? Right. What's this? 19. There's some more 62s there. That. 66. Right, crown. We have 1977. That is the what jubilee would that be? 25 years. Yeah, silver jubilee. And you forgot what metal it was then. Not gold, not platinum, but silver. 25 years since the Queen ascended to the throne. What we got here? Oh, Elizabeth and Philip, 1947 to 1972. So that's 25-year wedding anniversary one there. All quite common though. And the last one is another Churchill coin. Another Churchill crown. Well, there we are. Was it worth 45 quid? No silver content or anything like that. Did get a nice 1902 low tide penny though. A few upgrades from my albums, penny albums and halfpenny albums, and a nice pair of threepenny bits. See you in the next one.